In 1945, during World War II, a young Japanese engineer named Tsutomu Yamaguchi experienced something no human should ever face, not once, but twice. Radioactive first atomic bombing on Tsutomu Yamaguchi, Hiroshima, happened on August 6, 1945, 8:15 a.m. The bomb dropped on Hiroshima was called Little Boy, a uranium-based atomic bomb. It was the first nuclear weapon ever used in human history. A U.S. aircraft, the Enola Gay, flew over Hiroshima at high altitude. People on the ground saw a small parachute falling, carrying the bomb. Just above the city, about 600 meters, 1,968 feet above ground, the bomb detonated. This created a massive fireball brighter than the sun, followed by an explosion so powerful that everything within 2 km was instantly destroyed. Yamaguchi was walking near the shipyard where he worked. Suddenly, he saw a blinding white flash. He described it as the sun falling to the earth. He instinctively dropped to the ground. A split second later, a violent blast of hot wind and pressure slammed into him. The shockwave threw him several meters into the air, tore his eardrums, burned half of his face and arms, shredded his clothing, blinded him temporarily. He landed in a nearby ditch. The explosion generated temperatures around 4,000 degrees C, hotter than molten metal. Even though he wasn't at ground zero, the heat burned the entire left side of his body, leaving deep wounds. When he regained consciousness, thousands of buildings were on fire. Smoke and dust filled the air. People were running, screaming, and dying. Most structures had collapsed. Severely injured victims were wandering the streets with skin peeling off. Yamaguchi described Hiroshima as a flat, silent wasteland filled with fire. Barely able to walk, Yamaguchi found a bomb shelter and spent the night there. His burns were untreated, and every movement hurt. He thought he would die by morning, but he woke up still alive. Despite his injuries, he decided to go home to Nagasaki. Hiroshima was destroyed, but he walked to the train station. And in a miracle, a train was still operating. He boarded it, bandaged himself as best he could, and began the long journey home, only to face the second atomic bomb 3 days later. The second atomic bomb, Nagasaki, happened on August 9, 1945. Time, 11:02 a.m. The bomb name, Fat Man, plutonium-based, even more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. Yamaguchi arrived home in pain. After surviving Hiroshima, his face, arms, and legs were burned. His eardrums were damaged. He could barely walk. He was exhausted and traumatized. But he made it home to Nagasaki on August 8 and reunited with his wife and baby boy. He went to work the next morning. Even though he was injured, he reported to work at Mitsubishi's office in Nagasaki. His boss saw his bandages and burns. Yamaguchi explained, "Sir, Hiroshima is gone. A single bomb destroyed the entire city." His boss dismissed it, saying, "Don't be ridiculous. No bomb can do that." Suddenly, a blinding white light. As Yamaguchi tried to describe the Hiroshima flash, the same blinding light filled the office windows. He said it was identical to the first bomb. This time he knew. "Get down." He immediately threw himself to the floor. The explosion hit the building. The Fat Man bomb exploded about 3.2 km, 2 miles away from where he was standing. At that distance, he should have died instantly. But he survived because he was inside a reinforced concrete building. The shockwave was partly blocked by the structure. He dropped to the ground at the right moment. The blast blew out every window, shattered glass everywhere, sent desks flying, threw him across the room again. He was injured once more, but alive. Why didn't he die from radiation? Even though Nagasaki's bomb was stronger, hills and mountains shielded parts of the city from the full impact. Yamaguchi happened to be behind thick walls, not directly exposed outside, low enough to avoid the brunt of the thermal radiation. This combination gave him a rare chance of survival. He ran home through a destroyed city. The streets were on fire. People were crying, burned, or dying. Yet Yamaguchi ran through the chaos to his home. Shockingly, his wife and baby were alive. Why? His wife had left home earlier to look for burn ointment for him, and she happened to be inside a tunnel when the bomb exploded. The tunnel saved them both. Days later, he suffered fever, nausea, hair loss, severe infections, open wounds, blackened skin. Doctors expected him to die, but slowly he recovered. Tsutomu Yamaguchi later said, "I experienced the world's first atomic bomb, and then the second. I do not want my grandchildren to ever see such a thing." In 2009, Japan officially recognized him as the only double survivor of both A-bombs.